Hey there, Coach Russ here. This is for business owners and business leaders who may have ever experienced a sense of chaos in what's going on in their business. Not necessarily the chaos that happens in the world around us, although that affects us, but just chaos around what happens in our business with us, with our people, with our customers, with our suppliers. And what we're going to talk about around curing it is the wisdom of the Cheshire Cat and Alice in Wonderland. If you ever read the book, if you've ever seen the Disney movie, if you ever have raised kids that have seen the movie, then you know about the Cheshire Cat. And one of the lines that I've always loved from the Cheshire Cat that has so much relevance to what we do in business is if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. That's what happens when maybe we have a plan, maybe we have things we want to get done. We don't really have a clear picture of the destination that we're going to achieve, that we're going towards. The sense of completion of we've got what we need, what we want. That's what we're going to talk about today, because that's what the Cheshire Cat was talking about. Because without that destination, any road will get us someplace. So how does this show up for us in business? Well, the first thing is bright shining object syndrome. We've all experienced it from time to time, or many of us have, because people who are leading in business, people who own businesses, very often are people of action. They want to get things done. They want to act now to solve the problems that show up, to seize the opportunities that show up. And when the latest, greatest new thing comes up, man, we are grabbing at it, which works sometimes. However, if we have teams and when our business gets big enough, there's going to be a team there. It can be tough on the teams to have a lot of change in direction from the latest priority, the priority du jour. It's tough on our customers because customers like consistency. They don't like a lot of change, even though they do want things to get better. And our suppliers are kind of in that same boat, trying to supply us with what we need to deliver our product, and we're constantly changing the product or the way we're delivering it or something like that. It's tough on them. What do we do about that sense of chaos that, let's face it, there's chaos from the outside that we experience, but fish rots from the head down. Sometimes we're the source of that chaos. Well, the first thing around destination is being clear about why we're doing it. And that's the lifestyle that we want to achieve that's supported by that business that we own or that business that we work in. Being crystal clear about that lifestyle and how the business has got to support it. The second thing is being clear about what kind of business is going to effectively support that lifestyle that we want. And I'm not talking about thinking about this tomorrow or the day after or next week. I'm talking about going 5 years out, which is unusual for a lot of folks. You know, a lot of folks don't think past their next vacation and they do a lot of planning for the next vacation. And there's a difference between destination and planning. Our planning gets us to the destination. But if we're not clear on the destination, yeah, what kind of plan will we necessarily come up with? Then the third point. So we've done this 5 year piece. We think about once we've established 5 years out, working our way back into where we are today and what changes we have to make. We have to write all that down. We have to write it all down because if it's in our head, it doesn't really exist. Other people don't really know where we're going or why we're going there. But when we have those three things, we can solve the bright shining object syndrome and being attracted to them. Because if it doesn't get us to our destination, if it isn't on the path, we don't have to go chase it. The second thing is it removes the shifting and the disruption that our team experiences, and they'll actually start to make the changes we want them to make instead of going back to their habits and doing what they've always done, waiting for us to come up with the next new great idea. And it helps our customers to know where they're going with us and that we're going to continue to supply to them the way they'd like us to supply to them. And it helps, of course, our suppliers. Everything works better when we know our destination. So you're clear on your destination and you're doing your planning, that's great. If you'd like to talk more about this, if you've got some questions, some things you just want to think through, call me at 770-649-6730 and book a complimentary session where we can talk about your business and what you're facing, maybe think some of these things through better. I'm looking forward to talking with you. I appreciate your time. Talk soon.